The Daily Why Not Huddle is for you if you want to exponentially increase your money, time, or fulfillment. The Why Not Huddle with business coaching expert and attorney Sean Callagy provides 3 essential minutes a day to help get you where you want to go.
Good morning, and that is Scary Taylor, who was just describing to me how when she went down south, those southern boys weren't used to crazy Jersey girls like her, and she scared them. So we always have a little bit of a chat to get warmed up in the morning before we start, and it's always quite interesting. So thank you, Taylor.
My pleasure.
So good morning. Here's what we're here to talk about. When I first started going on my journey of growth and development, and I've told a little bit of that background, I was really in high school and then another step in athletics, and another step happened in college. But when I got to the business world, I saw that as a tremendously difficult transition, and the scariest, most upsetting, most frustrating part of it was that I came to learn that our success wasn't really linear. Meaning, if we worked hard, we didn't all get equal results. And I thought that the hardest worker got the best results, and I liked that system. That system really kind of followed in sports, even though there's some distinctions there. But in the business world, it was completely different. I was working at a large law firm where I was finding that the hardest working people, and I was the hardest working person for the first 3 months I was there. I was getting to the office every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was turning the lights on. I rented an apartment so I could literally see my office in the morning. And I thought that that was the recipe to success, the American dream. Work really hard, be a good person, and you'll have massive results. But there I found something different. I saw that there were people that were working in the firm who didn't seem to be as stressed, working as hard, putting as many hours in as others, but they were reaping the largest rewards. They seemed the happiest. They were in control. They were deferred to. They were talked in whisper tones. That's those guys. And I couldn't really understand it in the beginning. So I continued on my journey, and eventually I found out and realized that success is really exponential and not linear. And I started to go and look into self-help, and I talked to people that I knew. And when I say the word self-help, I don't mean, how to get over a headache. I mean how to produce results at a much higher level. So you walk into the bookstore back in the mid-90s, and the bookstore is covered, absolutely covered in books. Where do you begin? And so somebody told me about a book, and I started reading a book and another book, but the challenge was, even though they were amazingly beneficial, they were incomplete because they didn't give one system to produce results, one system to grow your business in every the specific areas that you looked. The results that they were talking about were a segment, a slice, a piece, a part. And as I started to go to some seminars on personal development, I began to meet people who were saying, yeah, this is like the 100th time I've been to this seminar, it's amazing. And I'm like, I don't want to be a groupie. Like, I don't want to follow someone. I want to learn to produce an amazing life, have more time, money, fulfillment in my life. And that's what I was seeking. So I went on a quest to start synthesizing tons of material into one results formula. That's exactly what happened. And through this results formula, I began to build results and create results at incredible rates. I found that I was involved in this networking group where everybody was getting very basic and simple results, and so was I. And I felt that that wasn't good enough. So I started applying this results formula, and I went from, getting, let's say, 1x to all of a sudden producing 100x which within 3 months, and quitting the networking group, which is what you're supposed to do with networking groups, which is a story for a different day. And I evolved to this place where I was building these pipelines of referrals and growing my business to, that's how I had 40 people working for me when I was just turning 30 years old. And I had been working on it for less than a year. It was an amazing process. So what are those three elements? And then we'll wrap up for today. The three elements are: one, process modeling; two, skill development; and three, self-management. And here's the piece: you go, well, that's the magic formula. Yes, that's the magic formula. And the power is in the distinctions underneath that formula. But if you want to produce any results, here's the shorthand: model what somebody else is doing who's produced those results already, and model it perfectly. If you're making a chocolate cake, you wouldn't put the eggs in before the flour if that's what they said to do, right? Or you wouldn't substitute the eggs for, let's say, extra butter. You'd have horrendous cake or cookies if you were making whatever you're making. It's the same thing for process modeling. I watch people all the time. They'll read a book, they'll listen to the Why Not Huddle, for example, and I'll share some distinctions on what to do, or through other things that I've taught people to do, and they'll follow steps. If it's a 10-step formula, they'll follow steps 1, 4, 7, and 10, right? It's not going to work. You have to follow the formula perfectly, and again, only from those who have. If you're going to look to somebody and say, hey, what do you think about this, who hasn't produced the kind of results you want, you're going to go to a person who's who has failed in their business development, who's really struggling in their business development, and say, how do I accelerate my business? It's not going to work. If you're going to talk to somebody about how to get your kids to perform at peak level and they're having kids that are really struggling, probably not the right person to talk to. It doesn't mean they're not wonderful people, but it means they don't have the answers. Process modeling. Second, the skill set of human influence, right? Skill sets. It's about human influence, educating other people and having them take action on your ideas. That skill set has a ton of amazing distinctions, but it's within those distinctions that our power lies to increase our business, influence our kids, do the right thing, to sell more, market more. All the things that we want to do, lead, manage, lie within this power skill set. So even if you're process modeling perfectly, if you're not developing your skills in an exponentially increasing way in terms of your capacity to influence, and if you just think because you're a smart person, a nice person, that all influence is the same, you're so wrong. People can have 1,000 times greater influence than you. 1,000 times. And if we're not, the third thing, which I'll tell you about in a second, we'll have no idea. And therefore, we could do all these modeling action steps, but not get our results because our influencing skills aren't where they need to be. So you could follow a process if you're in network marketing, if you're in sales for selling yachts or jets, or professional development as a lawyer and accountant, and you're trying to build more clients. You could make hundreds and hundreds of calls and follow the exact script and exact system that somebody's telling you to follow. But if your skill at human influence isn't where it needs to be, you won't get the results. So if you're process modeling perfectly, you don't have your results, the next place you want to look is your skill for human influence. The third category is what helps you to live at cause. I call it self-management. The ability to get yourself to follow the process modeling consistently, to make it be fun, to make it be phenomenal, as well as to use the skills that you're learning in terms of human influence. It is those three elements: process modeling, the human influencing skill, plus obviously the skill of whatever you're doing, right? If you're a baseball player, you have to have a great swing, so you're developing your skill, but the apex skill is the human influence skill. And the third category is being able to self-manage and stay at cause. If you don't have any result you want in terms of money, time, or fulfillment in your life, it is because one of these three elements is off. And the many, many sub-distinctions. This is a 3 to 5 minute video every day. It is within those distinctions that your challenges lie. Put that test to yourself today. Say, if I don't have the result I want in terms of money, time, fulfillment, which of those three areas or all of them are the challenge? I'm Sean Callagy, and by the way, please keep your comments coming. I want to thank Dave McKenna. I want to thank Doreen Sullivan. Dave put out this awesome comment yesterday analyzing and breaking down prior Why Not videos that we did. Doreen Sullivan's commenting like every day. Doreen, thank you so much. Other people have been commenting a lot. Thank you. The LaGrecas have made some awesome comments. Christine Picarello as well. Please keep those comments coming, where it helps keep the energy flowing. Give me ideas of more things that I could help focus on. I could talk for hundreds and hundreds of hours. Right, I have all this material. I've given programs that have cost $10,000. You're getting enormously valuable segments of those programs right now for free. Tell me what you need help with. Tell me what your goals are, what your challenges are in reaching them, so I could focus these huddles every day. But remember, the underlying purpose of the Why Not Huddle is to ground you every day in being a cause and to help you move forward to produce the results that you want in your life. Please have people like the Callagy Law Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube, share this, post comments, email. If you want to reach me, scallagy@callagylaw.com. Have a Why Not day. Thanks. I'm Sean Callagy.